Hey everyone, and welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in southern Tasmania. I usually try and go live every weekend, as you guys know if you watch my channel at all. Well, today I wanted to record this one and play it on Sunday afternoon because the cards I'm making, this particular card I'm making for a couple of lovely ladies who I have come to call friends, and I'm having Christmas drinks with them on Sunday afternoon. So I didn't want to do this video too early so that would ruin the surprise of their beautiful card that I'm making for them. So this stamp set and collection of products that I'm using today is the Art Gallery Floral Collection. It's in the 2021 January to June mini catalogue, and as a lovely YouTube watcher reminded me the other day, I'm not allowed to show you the inside of the catalogue until the 5th of January, so I'm not allowed to flash it anything apart from the cover. But you can see the particular stamp set we're talking about is the one that's actually used on the cover, so you know it's got to be good, or it's got to be the pick of the season if it's actually used on the front of the cover. So if you love what you see, available to customers from the 5th of January or sooner if as part of your starter kit if you join Stampin' Up and hopefully join my team earlier than during the month of December. Anyway, so we'll pop the catalogue aside since I can't actually show you, so I'm not tempted. Okay, so as I say, this is the Art Gallery collection. Here's the stamp set and here are the dies. It's a lovely distinctive flower, and it's two-part stamping for a couple of them. This is the main flower here, and then you stamp it with the highlight of this other little stamp I'll show you shortly. There's some leaves that go with the flower, then there's this little sort of cluster of flowers here, and this is the little highlight stamp here for that. Plus you've got this little cute threesome of flowers here. Sorry, I just kind of get that sunlight there. So yeah, and it's got some lovely sentiments which go very well with one of the dies, which I'll show you very shortly. We're going to use that as well. So a nice sort of non-fussy font, but it's got a lot of lovely general sentiments there. So it's an all-rounder. The dies, I'll show you them in a moment as well. Okay, so this is the card I'm going to make. And I've made them both. I'm going to make them both the same card, my two beautiful friends, so they don't have to argue and quibble about who's my favourite, because they both are. It uses practically every element of the collection. It's got some beautiful, it's got absolute to die for some, and I'll just pull it up. I don't know if you're going to see. You'll be able to see it shining in the sunshine there. There's an acetate layer there with gold sort of detail. And it fits perfectly over the top of one of the designer series paper, and the images of the paper actually map up with the details on the gold. So it is just lovely for layering on these cards or on their. I'm using there's a gold filament ribbon that comes with the suite. This is the die I was talking to you about. It says just wanted to say. And then, because it's got so many really nice sentiments, you can match that with any of these sentiments. I just wanted to say, and I've used thank you here, or happy birthday, or good luck, or sorry, just about anything you'd want to say. I'm thinking of you. Anything that you could add with just wanted to say. And yeah, so the colours are lovely as well. So I'll make this one. I've got all the elements all cut, ready to make this one. Inside I've popped a white layer with a little bit of the strip of the paper there, which is sort of a leftover from cutting the size, which I didn't want to waste. Okay, so let's make this one. As I say, I've got everything cut, and I'll just show you how to pop it together. Okay, to make this card I have this is terracotta tile for this particular card base. I've cut it as a portrait card, so it's going to be up and down. And to make that, I have 8 1/4 by 11 1/2 by 4 3/8, and it's scored at 5 3/4. So it creates a card that goes that way. I then have a panel of Mossy Meadow, which is 1/8 of an inch shorter, smaller than the card base. And then I have our designer series paper. This is the one I'm going to use. So this is beautiful, beautiful designer series paper. It's got lots of sort of beautiful flowers that look like they've got the brush strokes, or they look like they've been painted by some artist just straight onto your card. And they have lovely sort of abstract images on the back, which is really nice as well. So you can tone on tone there. So I've got this particular one here sort of cut, and this is the one that actually corresponds with the acetate sheet. So if I bring them together, you can see, if you concentrate on this sort of big flower here, you can see, and I'll put it on there, that's this flower here. So you can cut them so that they pretty much match up, which is just really, really nice. So this little flower down here matches, and then sort of they all match up. But you've got to really plan your card making if you want them to match up, because basically you get one sheet of this acetate per pack, or you get 3 sheets altogether but only one that matches this paper, and then another one that matches another paper, and a general one. I'll show them to you in a moment. So I've got the 2 pieces of that, the corresponding designer series paper and the acetate. And then I've got another panel of Mossy Meadow and a panel of Whisper White, or a layer of Whisper White for the inside in there. Okay, so what I think I can probably do is start popping this together. I might do the inside first and we can get that out of the way. So first of all, my Mossy Meadow. And then the Whisper White. And then while I've got this open, I'm going to bring in my little leftover piece of designer series paper. You can see it matches the focus one. I'm going to pop that just on there as well, just for a little bit of highlight, just to bring something from the outside to the inside of our card. Okay, so that's the inside pretty much done. We'll leave that one to dry. Okay, so we've got our Mossy Meadow panel and our designer series paper here. What I'm going to do is pop the designer series paper just straight onto the Mossy Meadow. So it's got an 1/8 of an inch border around the edge. And then I'll bring in this beautiful acetate, and what I'm going to do is, because adding the glue to the acetate, you sort of, it's not too bad, you don't see it too much, but you do see a slight cloudiness of the colours. So I know in my card I'm going to be covering in this centre part pretty much completely with my decoration. So I'm just pop some glue on the back. Oh, I wanted to show you as well, it's got gold on one side, I don't know if you can see that, and it's got silver on the other. So if you're not a gold person, you can actually flip it over and use the silver side, which is, you know, pretty versatile. So anyway, just a bit of glue in the centre there, and really that's all it's going to need, because it's not going to go anywhere in a hurry. And that glue just in there, you can probably see it sort of clouds. The glue will dry, this particular glue will dry clear, but sort of you will be able to see something of it. So I'm just sort of popping it in the centre there, give it a bit of a wiggle to line up with our designer series paper, and then that's it. Okay, so we'll just leave that to dry as well. Okay, so I've got some blocks and I've got my stamps. So the colours in the designer series paper are really nice, sort of, there's terracotta tile, and there's Mossy Meadow, which we've used, and Bumblebee, sort of lots of the new colours. They're sort of earthy sort of colours, so they're really, 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 really nice. So I'm going to sort of match those with our, oh, got the wrong one, I don't want that one just yet. I'm going to do this big one here, which is what I'm going to do first. So we've got the main flower there, and then the highlight. Let's block that up as well. So for this main flower, I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo for the sort of background, and then the highlights I'm going to use terracotta tile. And because this is a photopolymer stamp, I've got my foam mat underneath so that I get lots, you know, nice complete stamping with no gaps. So I've got my Flirty Flamingo first, and I'm going to do 2 of these large flowers. Then I'm going to bring in our terracotta tile. Ooh. And this is our little highlight stamp. I'm going to stamp this off once. Terracotta tile is quite a strong colour, so if I stamp it off once, and then you just can line it up fairly easily with the general shape of the underneath stamp, and just give it a little bit of a highlight. It doesn't matter if you're the same position every time. That's what makes homemade cards so individual. Every time they're slightly different. There we are. So there we have our two little flowers there. Just going to clean off that stamp just before I get ink everywhere, as I have been known to do. So that's our big flower. Then I'm going to do a smaller flower, which is this one here, this little cluster of flowers here, just this one. And I'm going to do that in a combination of Bumblebee, which is the darker one, and So Saffron. So Saffron is the bulk colour. Now this little stamp has leaves and stems as well, but I'm going to be hiding. You could actually get your blends or your markers and make those. Actually, I might do that. I haven't done it in the original one, but I will with this one. So I'm going to grab a Mossy Meadow blend. Hopefully, no, that's Old Olive. Hopefully I can find the Mossy Meadow blend. I think this is Mossy Meadow. Yes. So I grab the Mossy Meadow and just pop on just some ink on these stems. Yeah, like that. We'll see if this works anyway. And then my So Saffron, which is this one here. This is going to be quite a big area, isn't it? I don't know that this is going to work too well. I think it's going to be dry before I get to it, so I might not worry too much about this and just stamp it all in the So Saffron. Let's see how we go. Worth an experiment. No, that didn't work. No, we won't do that. We'll just stamp it all. Doesn't want to come off. I'm a bit weird with my Mossy Meadow. It won't come off. Anyway, it's all good. It'll be enough that it won't go into my ink. Okay, so let's just do our So Saffron. Just like that. There we are. There, that's where the Mossy Meadow came off. Let's try another one. There we are. So we're going to do the highlights, not on that one, on this one with our Bumblebee. And that one is this little highlight stamp here. Yeah. Just need a tiny block for that one, a smaller one. Dimensional backings everywhere. Okay, so just this one. We use it on all 3 of those flowers. just sort of rotate it a little bit. 1, 2 and 3. So that's quite sweet, isn't it? Okay, so that's our other flower. Now we'll just do a couple of leaves. Now I'm going to do these in Mossy Meadow as well. I'm going to do both of them stamped off. I did actually full strength on the original card, and I decided I did full strength and stamped off. So there's the full strength ones here, and here's the stamped off ones down here. I actually like them a little bit less bold, excuse me, so I'm going to stamp them off. And I'm going to do 2 of the leaves. And we've got our Mossy Meadow. Stamp it off once, and then on there. Stamp it off once, and then on there. There we are. Okay, so that's all the stamping we have to do. I'm going to pop those through. I will then pop these through my embossing machine, my cut machine, with the dies. I'll show you the dies here. So with the dies, sort of there's the nice big flower there. There's the small one, the little bunch of flowers here, and the leaf is there. So pop all those through the die cutting machine, the cut and emboss, and you'll get your wonderful shapes there, your wonderful images. So no fussy cutting with here, it's all die cutting, which is great. So I've already done that, so you don't have to get seasick watching my machine. I've also got one already, the Just Want to Say, and I've done that in black. So I'm going to use that on the front of my card as well. Here they are here. So we've got our little flowers, our leaves. I've got the one with the full strength and one with half strength. I've got 2 flowers, 2 large flowers, and then Just Want to Say there as well. So what I also have is a large oval of terracotta tile cardstock, and I have put that through the embossing folder that comes with the collection. It's the it's like a paint, and I've got to remember what it's called, which means I'm going to have to look in the catalogue, but I can't show you, but I will look in the catalogue. It's the, what is it, painted texture 3D, and it really does look like somebody's sort of chiseled that out to look like paint strokes. It's got sort of layers and sort of it's got the feel of a paintbrush sort of in action going through it like that. So it's really quite good, and it gives such a lovely pattern to the paper. It feels really sort of earthy and yeah, just wonderful. So I've got I popped the terracotta tile through the die for the oval first, and then through the embossing folder to create that shape. So what I'm going to do is bring this in with our card front that we've just already created. I haven't popped it on the card base yet. I'll do that in a moment. I'm going to pop the oval, sort of in the center there, and then we'll arrange our beautiful flowers around the edge. So I might pop this so it doesn't move around. I'm going to glue this on first. Just sort of central, halfway up and down, just like that. And then we'll arrange our flowers. So I'm going to bring the flowers down the left hand side and then bring in our leaves. I think I've dropped a leaf as well. That's definitely what I'm missing. There it is. Try not to bump the camera this time. Oh, yes, that was the leaf we dropped. Okay, so This half strength, this stamped off leaf, I'm going to bring it down here. And this one here, that's the full strength, I'm going to cut the leaves off and pop them in under the flowers. Okay, so let's get this happening. Okay, so this one first. Just up here. And then our little bunch of flowers here, just sort of cascading down the left hand side. Okay, so this one down here. There we are. As I say, I'm going to pop this one up under here at the bottom. Just like that. Just so it curves back around a little bit. I hope that light's not too difficult there for you. So then we're going to bring these little flowers, these little leaves that I've cut off. I'm just going to pop them in up behind, up here. Glue's nearly finished. And this other one here. Just like that. Okay, that's good. I like that. That's good. Hopefully you like that too. There we are. So we've just built it up down the side there. It looks a bit lopsided, so but bear with me. I think once you see I've put the words in, you're going to see why I've done it that way. Okay, so I'm going to pop our letters on here down the right hand side. So I'll just pop them there where you can see them. Just want to say gluey fingers. There we go. Just want to say, and then I've got the little sentiment box. It's got two little sentiment boxes in with the dies. Where are they? So it's got two sentiment boxes, and they fit the sentiments from the stamp set beautifully, just perfectly as they were made for them. There's a nice big long one there, which would be for your happy birthday or congratulations or I'm thinking of you. You've got a little short one here that I'm using for the thank you. And they've got like cute little edges to them, like a old-fashioned postage stamp. It's quite cute, so that's what I'm using there. So I'm going to pop these words on just with little touches of glue. Doesn't have to be a lot. Although my glue's decided to come into that stage where it comes out in big blobs. But anyway. Yeah, just want to say someone on the other side of my door is trying to attract my attention. Hello. I see cake. Can I eat cake? What cake? My husband's on the other side of the door asking me whether he can eat cake, and I have no idea what cake there is. Must have come home with Sammy, Steve. And I'm going to grab my thank you here. You're a funny one. And there's our little thank you, and as you can see here, it's going to fit our little sentiment box absolutely perfectly as it's designed to. There you go. Isn't that great? Okay, so I'm going to pop this little thank you up on some mini dimensionals. Oh, I wonder what cake he's talking about. Cake. Cake. One of the kids has come home with some cake, I'd say. And I'm going to pop our thank you just down across the bottom. There we are. Just want to say thank you. Isn't that sweet? Okay, so we're going to pop that onto our card base now, and I'm actually going to put this onto dimensionals as well. This time I'm going to use large ones. I've got some. I've got the edges here. We'll use the edges. Just cut them like that. Never waste your edges, always use them. No waste in this craft room. There we go. There we go. So I'll pop that on the front. Just a tiny little edge of the terracotta tile that's sticking out. And straight. There we are. There. So isn't that sweet? I love those colours. That's really, really, really nice, those colours, and that gold glint of that gold of that special sort of acetate's really, really nice as well. So when you just can't have too much gold is a good thing. I'm going to bring in some gems. I'll use some gilded gems just around the edge. Gone a bit crooked there, so I'll just use, we've got some little ones and some medium sized ones here. Just a couple of little ones up here and a medium sized one down in here. It's not quite the right spot. Come off you. There we are. There we are. So how's that? That's really, really nice. I think I just love those colours. I love the black of the Just Want to Say, and the flowers are really nice as well. But I think the star of the show is definitely the designer series paper and the acetate with the gold. And then we've got some nice, we can do some stamping inside if you wanted to, but I'll be writing in there to my special crafty friends. So we've got both of them there made, both of them different, which is what you always have when you make cards, and both of them lovely. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. As I say, I'm going to be posting this one on Sunday, so my special friends don't see their cards before I have Christmas drinks with them on Sunday afternoon. So hopefully you'll enjoy this one. I'm a little bit off to the side there, but anyway, our shadow didn't come in too much and ruin things for us, which is good. So as I say, if you like the look of this one, it is the Art Gallery collection. Comes with, you know, just about everything, well, everything you see here and more. The beautiful designer series paper, the gold highlighted acetate, the dies, the stamps, and the beautiful painted texture embossing folder. So it's a real lovely collection to get hold of, and as you say, with the sentiments, something you could use again and again and again. So I think this particular collection is going to be my class by mail for February. My January class is the fluttering and floating, the butterfly one. So if you want to watch, go to my Facebook page and you know, check that out. But if you hang around till February, this will be the set I will be featuring in my class by mail. So I've got my shadow started to come through. The sun's starting to go down on the west there. So I might sign off, and I will see you all during the week. Have a great Sunday. Okay, bye guys.